Alright, what's up boys? I know I literally just made an Anime Zone video checking out the early access. Go check that out if you haven't already. But I figured today, you know what? I don't really have anything to upload when it comes to anime Roblox games right now. Why don't I just upload an Anime Zone video where we go through sneaks? In my last video where I showed early access, I did look at sneaks just a tiny bit, but not enough. We looked at like 3, so there really wasn't anything to look at. We're going to look through basically all of them just so you guys can get a general gist of the game. Make sure also, if you haven't already, go join their Discord. I'll have it linked down below and I'll have it in the comments. They're doing a bunch of giveaways and stuff like that for Robux and early access. They're basically just trying to grow their server, get as many people in it, and you get benefits from joining early, so make sure you guys do that. While you're at it too, if you guys are excited for astd X, make sure you join my Discord server. Right around when I hit 2,000 subscribers, I'm going to be doing Game Pass giveaways for astd X when it does eventually come out. So if you guys want to be included in that, make sure you join both Discords that are in the description. Now that we're done with all that yap, let's jump into some sneaks. Alright, so we have our first sneak here. I'm actually going to turn off the volume for this just in case there's copyrighted music. But man, there is some special stuff with this game. Luckily, I've gotten the glimpse to see a lot of stuff that's coming that you guys haven't even seen yet. And if you guys join the Discord server, like I said, you'll probably see it at some point, and there is some cool stuff coming. When I first saw this game, I was unsure if it was just going to be another tower defense, but after some of this stuff, they've convinced me. That's all I'm going to say. But the first sneak here we have is the UI. You can see all of your units on the left right here. You can see at the top, this is your units. This is maybe costumes. I have no idea what this is. Maybe items. This is foods, portals, achievements, that thing. I don't know. We have skill tree. I think ascension right here, or artifacts. I'm not entirely sure. And then emotes. You have your gold and gems on top right. And then you have your units over here. You could see in the bottom right, we have equipped, resource, knowledge, and closet. Closet's costumes, obviously. Knowledge, I'm not entirely sure. That might be the skill tree. We have artifacts, which is really cool. And then we have ascensions, traits, just your generic, normal, run-of-the-mill stuff. So models for this game look very, very nice. I like that everything is kind of like smooth looking and like Robloxy. Everything just looks Robloxy. Also, I just punched my mic, so sorry if you heard that. But everything's just Robloxy looking, which I really do. We have titles over here. Next, we have achievements. The name of these achievements is actually insane. And then we have unit knowledge. So this is pretty interesting. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work, but obviously, as you can see, this is a skill tree system. And then the trailer just ends right there. We'll take a second to go back to skill tree system, but I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work. I don't know if this is going to be per character or if this is just like balloons where it's a permanent stagnant buff that you just always have. I'm assuming it's like balloons, but this is cool. I haven't seen a tower defense ever do anything like that on Roblox. Here we have a look at mob. We've already seen them, but this is just a little closer look. Next, we have a little look at PvP. Obviously, this is very laggy because look at how many units are placed down and doing VFX and stuff like that. This game's doing pretty good frame-wise, even through all this lagging, so I think that's a good sign. Next sneak we have right here is maybe Black Flash. I'm not entirely sure. It's just like a VFX. If you guys remember, the VFX that we looked at in the early access trailer was very cool. So here we have something called a PvP walkthrough. So this is showing a little bit what PvP is going to look like. On the right, we have Unit Manager. Keep in mind, everything's subject to change, so this isn't permanently what everything's going to look like, but you can have a lot of units on the bottom. I'm not entirely sure if that's a PvP only thing, but that's an interesting choice. Obviously, you can see there's a little gauge on the right. I think this upgrade menu looks super pretty. I think the only problem with it is it's just a little too big. I don't know. I think it takes up a little too much of your screen. But other than that, it looks gorgeous, man. I think it looks really good. I like that it changes color depending on what character you're using. I like that. I like they can inspect them and turn them around. I think this game visually is very pretty, and that's why a lot of people are super excited for it. We haven't seen much of the gameplay yet, or the lobby, or any of the maps. I'm pretty sure the next thing they're going to show off, though, is the lobby, and they're going to show gameplay for it. They might let CCs in, I don't know, but so keep your eye out for that, for sure. I've seen it a tiny bit, and all I can say is it is probably maybe the best lobby I've ever seen for an anime tower defense game on Roblox. It does look really pretty. But this looks to be PvP. This is very similar. I know this is probably going to upset some people, but this is very similar to Anime Vanguards. It's basically the exact same road almost, and it has the trains coming in. I get it's not the same. I know, I'm just saying it looks eerily similar to the PvP with Anime Vanguards, but it's going to work around the same way. You have your economy at the top, you have your HP at the top, and then you have both of your players. It's basically just who can survive the longest. That's really all you gotta know about PvP. Next, we have a sneak about the UI right here. This is just showing off the UI a little bit, showing off how snappy and bubbly it looks. Pretty good. It's not the craziest thing you've ever seen. That's how you enter your inventory, apparently, just that little button. I wonder if they'll have actual UI for it, or if they're just gonna keep it those little buttons in the top left. I'm not against it. I think maybe they should change it a little bit. This is the play area, so it could take you to a bunch of different play game modes. This is probably not done, so it's probably why it just says arena over and over again. Next, though, we have trait rerolling, which this is customary with every single anime tower defense game at this point. Every single game, including astd, has trait rerolling. But this is what their screen looks like. It's called tickets, so you need tickets to reroll instead of like shards or whatever like every other game. And then they show a little bit of the summoning UI, which looks super great. This is what I'm kind of interested about, because obviously you can see there's 5 banners, and there's a banner for each character, so I wonder if it's going to be similar to, I don't know if you guys have ever played it, but it looks like it's going to be similar to Dokkan Battle and the Hoyoverse games, where there's one character in the middle that's the banner is entirely based around, and then there's going to be 2 featured characters on the side that you can also pull, and then you can just pull a bunch of people off featured as well. I do kind of like that, because you get a little more choice and freedom of who you want to go for. With some of these other tower defense games, you chase someone, you just get unlucky, you don't pull them. So that's nice to see. On the left here, though, you can see all the UIs. So we have unit, raid shop, codes, level milestones, guilds, gifting, daily rewards, emote wheel, titles, profile, guild menu, leaderboards, dialogue, arena HUD, achievements, lobby, waypoints, and battle pass. And this is just in one section, so that is really cool. Next, we have a little sneak of a map that I'm not going to say anything about, but looks super great. Heavily inspired by ZZZ, Zenless Zone Zero, if you guys have played it. Very great game. We have a little bit more where you can see the skip wave thing. You can see a little bit more of the HUD. You can see more of this gauge on the left. I'm not sure how this works. And you can see a little bit of the JoJo map, which I do also like their map designs. Like I said, they're very plasticky, simply looking, and I like that. I think that it's a good look. Here we have the leaderboard screen, which, again, look at these names, man. What are they doing? But leaderboard screen looks great. We have the profile screen where you can look up users. We have Vanilla here, the GOAT. It looks like you can add friend in-game. You can gift player or block user, goated. I love them for adding that. We have statistics, which is super great. You have Robux spent. I love that. Gold spent, gem spent, losses, wins, just simple stuff. And then it shows your units on the right. I don't know why they have anime defenders models right there, but hey, we take it. Right here we have another map sneak right here, which this looks to be mob. I don't know what else this could be, but this is definitely mob. So this is really cool. Unless I'm stupid and this is Bleach, but I'm pretty sure this is mob. We have a interesting item here. I'm not going to say anything about that. We have a little bit more to look at with the map. As I said, I'm pretty sure this is mob. That's like the broccoli tree thing right there. Here's a little showcase of what one of the traits looks like in game. So if you don't understand, that means how Divine and Anime Adventures would give you wings around your characters, or Unique would have little crowns around your characters. This is whatever this trait is. That looks crazy, man. Looks good. Scroll up a little bit more. We have a gameplay trailer for Sinone. Looks like maybe a cutscene or an ability, or looks super great. I love that Sinone's in this game. I feel like she gets shafted and just gets kicked out of every single game. Looks great, man. Love it. Looks like we have Sukuna's domain expansion right here. These all look like their abilities. These were not in the early access gameplay that I was given to show off, so I wasn't able to show you guys this, but this looks super great, man. I am excited to play this because I think something the anime Roblox tower defense scene is missing right now is a third game to play. That's not me saying Anime Last Stand or Anime Vanguards is boring or bad. I'm just saying I think there needs to be a third option out of all of those. Because Anime Last Stand and Anime Vanguards have a very specific gameplay style that I know a lot of people aren't a fan of. So we have another cutscene right here. This looks like it's Sun Jiwoo's Arise. Definitely is. He's got the 2 knives. Looks great, man. As I said, these are all probably just character abilities. I think in the trailer we looked at, Sun Jiwoo was a mythical So it's kind of interesting. It's just random mythicals are going to have it. This looks like it's Shinra, which is super great. This is demon awakened form or whatever you want to call it. Looks super good. Oh, then we have blue exorcist right there. That is sick. I love that they're putting blue exorcist in this game. That's goated. And that is basically everything I can show you guys about Anime Zone. There is a lot more stuff with early access sneaks, and there's a lot more things that they have to show off. They said that their expected release is before the end of July, or they want to release it before the end of July. So it is coming this month. So this summer is going to be going crazy for anime tower defense games, guys. There is going to be a lot of stuff to play. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Make sure you guys join their Discord server with link down below. And yeah, I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video, and see you later. See you.